let's start with the Cardinals because Cardinals fans, all 70 in this chat, and I'm not saying that to like take a shot. I'm just saying
Hey,
no, I'm not.
my fantasy QB.
I'm a
Love it.
big Kyler fan, dude.
Love it.
I said this to Nolan last night, and I was on 2 edibles watching the Sunday night game, so blame it on that if you need to. But I was like, hey, this offense, I'm sitting there watching it because I watch the games and trail 1 p.m.s. I start watching during the 4 p.m.s. I'm multitasking, and then the Sunday night game, I'm multitasking again, and I'm watching this game, and I'm saying to Nolan, I go, if you took this offense and just continued to add to it, and you made the defense a top 10 defense, this is a team that can win a Super Bowl. That's not a hot take, okay? Now, that's a big what if. What if you totally improve one side of the ball and you're 2 years ahead of schedule? But Kyler is a quarterback, if he's healthy with this group, the way he's playing now, that can actually get you into the postseason. There is no ceiling on your team because of this quarterback. So I'm not saying he's top 5, but what I am saying is like he played yesterday one of the best games that I saw a quarterback play across the league, you know? And you think about confidence. He was a meme a couple years ago. He was a meme when they were like, are you going to trade him? He plays too many video games. He's short, like all this shit. He's just become a meme. But Jonathan Gannon knew when he took the job, I got to instill some confidence in this guy. And they talked about it yesterday. He went to his statue unveiling. He flew all the way to see that little thing. And that was a big deal. They pulled it out and they were like, here it is. And Gannon was right there with Kyler. And I'm joking, but I'm also serious in that, like, that goes a long way. Mm-hmm. And Gannon, who we made fun of too, like, they were both memes. Gannon was pew, pew, shots, verticals. And he got that team to play tough last year and beat the Eagles and beat the Cowboys and play with teams. And there were times last year they played with Houston. There were times last year where I was like, this is a pro offense. Everything about this offense is dangerous. Teams, when they play Arizona this year, will come away, all of them, and say, whew. Mm-hmm. Boy, I'm glad to be out of that game. Because that dude, I mean, Dortch, on third down, they're a nightmare. Dortch is a man beater. I really like that dude. McBride is a weapon, right? Kyler Murray can scramble. You want to go man, you want to go zone, it doesn't matter. He can tuck and run. He can find the opening. He went for 29 just like that in the second half against the blitz. Offense can run the ball. James Conner got the ball like first 6-7 plays of the game. Benson had a drive or two. And, you know, Marvin Harrison Jr., although, you know, he was close on a couple plays.
He was open a few plays.
He was open a couple plays. I think Kyler started 11 for 13. The only time the ball hit the ground was targeting him. So once they work him in, whatever that's going to be, they'll be even better. And I thought Petzing did a really good job, their offensive coordinator. But there's one decision he wants back, and that's the field goal late. Like, you took him right down to the wire. You got Wilson on the sideline, drops the ball. They could be that much closer taking shots to the end zone. And Bills fans know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you weren't relaxed at the end of that game. But they jumped them 17-3, 2:50 to go in the second quarter, and the Bills need to go 2 for 1 to get back in the game. They went 28-3. 28-3 the rest of the game. They're still dangerous, and Josh's legs and his brain took over this game. I mean, we saw it. He drew a phantom face mask, if you want to call it that. Runs it in before the half also. You know, took a beating a lot of the game. Wanted a hip drop tackle earlier. Beat a free runner to find Cook for 25. That's vintage Josh Allen. Okay, I think that's out of the half. And with his brain, he didn't make any dumb mistakes. Here I am like, yeah, you pooped in the potty. But when you're that good, all you got to do is just not ruin the game. And he didn't make any dumb mistakes. He overthrew MVS. He missed the 3rd and 5 late, gave him the ball back with 5 minutes to go. But there weren't any like, what are you doing throws. And you know, he didn't throw an incompletion until 10 minutes to go in the third. I mean, checked him down in the red zone to get to Hollins, beat the blitz, checked him to a screen that went for a touchdown to Shakir. Shakir was a hero, okay? Extended the end of the half drive, running through a DB there. Gets in on a screen. Dawkins, great block there. The biggest one was that last scoring drive because they needed the cushion. He caught a ball with 5 yards to go to with the sticks. He's not a big guy. He's getting pinballed around. He's getting hit. They hit him 5 yards short of the sticks. He gives them 4th and short. That allows them to go and get the touchdown. And I think Shakir, we talked about it when we went to Buffalo. when I asked him about a question about Shakir, his eyes lit up. And then you asked him about Coleman. Okay? And yesterday, maybe the most exciting thing for the Bills is I think they have something they haven't had outside before. Now, bear with me because he ain't Stephon Diggs yet. But what you have is a big target. He was compared to Michael Thomas. I heard it from Josh Allen. Yep. He said, this guy's got the best body control of any guy I've played with. When you throw that ball on the right sideline and he comes down with it, it was like a wow moment. And he hasn't had that there. And when you think about an offense, it's got Kincaid, it's got Knox, got a back out of the backfield, good play designs. Joe Brady keeps cooking. Like, I'm not worried about losing Diggs or Davis if you got a complete offense this way. And so I'm really excited about this group, despite the concerns. Samuel got the ball a couple times in screen-type situations. He'll get the ball more. That was pretty good.
The one thing I don't like and the one thing that can hinder their season, go low instead of jumping in for that touchdown.
He can't help it, dude.
I don't know, but like that's the only thing that's going to ruin your season. Like when you go in the air like that and you're a quarterback and you have to use either one of your hands to break your fall or your arm, like that's your moneymaker. And it's like the only thing that can go bad for the Bills is if he is not on the field. And that's just scary that like when you do that and you get the touchdown, but it's like now you have a nagging injury for how many weeks?
You don't like fun?
Not when it
you joyless? Are you? Hey, I'm past that. Are you a joyless motherfucker? Huh?
How much fun are you willing to have this week? Not to have fun.
No, I get it. I get it, and that's why they have a. That's why they have a system up there where if he slides, somebody has to come out in a jockstrap for practice. Like, it's a big deal, dude. Like if he slides, and his legs are. Listen, one of the things I loved about Joe Brady last year is the quarterback run game came back late in the season. They ran the football. Cook looks good, if not better than last year. And this guy can break your back in situations. The thing that everybody's worried about, this defense, they took over the game the last 4 or 5 drives. And I got to give McDermott credit because he's a guy we put on the hot seat. You know, he ended the game going nickel storm if you play Madden. Double A gap, manned up outside, Ingram on an island.
Chris, you played in the NFL for 12 years or whatever, and you're referencing Madden.
I'm trying to help the people in the chat. So they go double A gap, and if you remember last year, like there were some spots where McDermott like got aggressive, like the Denver game with the game on the line, and got beat. He doesn't care. He's going to coach these DBs up to play tough and sticky, and I don't care how much experience they have. Like those guys really played well, and they asked him to do a lot because when they're in nickel, 2 backers on the field, Bernard is not a big guy. I had to zoom in a couple times and be like, hey, are they in dime? Why are they fitting this personnel with dime? So they're light anyways, and then teams are going to try to get you on the edge, a la New England and Cincy. The difference is in this game, these guys came to play and these guys tackled. I thought with Morrow in the bullpen, you might see him a little bit, but they matched 13 sets with those light defensive personnel groups, and Cam Lewis made a few huge plays. Now, the game's tied. They've climbed all the way back. It's loud in there. Like, this stadium's awake now. The alarm clock went off. Josh is up. Everybody's up. And they forced the 3rd and 6 because Cam slips a block and makes a great play in the open field, forces a punt, does the same thing in the red zone, 2 run plays in a row. Like, he should be celebrated today if you're a Bills fan. Same thing with Rousseau. You want him to step up. You wonder where the pass rush come from. He had a strip sack, help him go ahead. And Von Miller. Yes, he's still alive. Sight for sore eyes. I saw him with my own eyes in Buffalo. Still looks like the coolest person on 2 legs that rushes the passer. He had a big rush, 3rd down sack, power. Guys got their hands up late, and Ingram ending the game, as I alluded to. He's the guy who started the game with a dumb penalty, on a Kyler scramble. And then to be, over there with DeMar Hamlin, safety help, that's going to be a beat late. To be hanging in there in man coverage and make that play, that was awesome. Sean deserves a lot of credit for getting this defense ready to play, who was in a bad spot early. What do you
I don't want to say what I'm laughing at.
What are you going to say? It's DeMar Hamlin.
A beat late, but I mean.
Oh, wow. No. No.
I'm sorry.
No.
It was.
It's like the other day, supposedly, we were talking about somebody in traffic. We were talking about Byron Murphy in traffic and how he just wrecks things. And then we compared him to Jalen Carter. And people were like, verbiage. I don't mean to. You guys are funny, not me. You're the ones that are funny.
Phrasing. Are we still doing that? Phrasing?
Phrasing.
But one thing, how about, what do you think about this? Arizona, 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
They play against the Rams, 0-1. Two teams that have a lot of potential, 0-1 next week's matchup.
I think Zona could hang in there. Mm-hmm. They really can. I mean, like, Arizona is going to make people's lives hell every Sunday. Yeah. And for rushers and D coordinators, bro, like all week, we're puckered up because we can't even rush. They're so worried about this little guy.
Watching his feet.
It's like a water bug.
It looks like it's fast forward. When he gets his feet moving, it looks like someone's pressing the fast forward button. If you look out fast.
You hear the Flintstones thing. Did you say that yesterday?
Yeah.
When he's running, you hear the Flintstones thing. And that's hell to prepare for, and so is everybody they have offensively. Go watch Kyler. Do yourself a favor. If you didn't watch that game, maybe the most enjoyable game of the slate, and as quality quarterback play on both sides as I saw all weekend. I mean, Kyler was really fun to watch. Arizona fans, all 7 of you got fun in the future.
Yeah, and I also think it kind of gives credence to, Chris, to your take that the NFC West might be the best division. I mean, coming into the year,
the bottom is still dangerous.
Like, that was a really impressive performance. Obviously, they'd love to win it, but to go on the road against an AFC contender, you got to be optimistic.
And for the Bills, you got to check yourself a little bit. Like, I'm sitting here saying the offense is going to be fine. They are, but that defense isn't very talented. Now, they have some good players. Those 2 safeties are really good players. And Deion Dawkins, McMillan might have seen his life flash before his eyes on that touchdown to Shakir. That was an incredible block. But the whole thing is, when we looked at Arizona's defense, we're like, they're still a year away. They need to add more pieces, right?
Yep.
So that was a fun game, and Buffalo avoided the letdown.